it was derivatives of composite functions, and I asked to do few sums on your own to you, which was a part of your homework. But after going through exercise, I found that few sums you might find difficult. So I'm taking a review of all these sums, and few students, those who are not able to do the previous two sessions, I am just taking a quick recall of the same. First thing is a function, and next thing it will be a derivative of the same. What we have here is f of x whole bracket raised to n. So we will treat this as x raised to n, and the formula for the derivative of x raised to n is n into x raised to n minus 1. While as it is a composite function, I have to multiply this whole part by the derivative of inner function. This is the derivative of inner function. Now same thing goes for this. If it is a square root of f of x, if it is simply root of x, the derivative will be 1 upon 2 root x. As this is root of f of x, the derivative of this should be, we'll use the same form, 1 upon 2 into root is the same thing, but inside it we will write f of x. Instead of x we'll write f of x, and I should multiply this with the derivative of f of x, that is f dash of x. So this is it. Now I shall go to the next formula, but before that let me recall the thing that if 1 upon x is the function, then its derivative is given by minus 1 upon x square. If it is 1 upon x square, if this is a function, I can write this as x to the power minus 2. So using formula for x raised to n, what we get is minus 2x to the power minus 2 minus 1 will make it minus 3. So formula for this function's derivative, if this is the function, then its derivative is given by this part, 1 upon x square. The derivative is given as minus 2 upon x cube. What happens is this 2 will take this place in negative form, and this denominator, the index will be raised by 1. So similarly, if it is 1 upon f of x whole bracket raised to n, what will be the derivative of it? It will be minus n upon minus n. As it was 2 here, then it was converted to minus 2. Same way, n is converted to minus n, and then the index of the denominator is raised up by 1. That is, it will become now n plus 1. And again, I have to multiply this by f dash of x. So this is the f dash of x term. So also we'll recall few derivatives from trigonometry. Sine of some function, how to find the derivative of sine of some function? First of all, derivative of sine is cos, and then multiply this with the derivative of f dash of x, that is derivative of this f of x. Then derivative of cos is minus sine, multiply this by f dash of x. Derivative of tan is sec square x, multiply this by f dash of x. Why are we multiplying it by f dash of x? Because f of x is an inner function and tan x is outer function. Sec of x, sec is written as sec into tan. See, look at this inner part. Inner part is the same, f of x, and this is f of x, but we are multiplying the whole term by f dash of x. If it is cot x, the derivative of cot x is minus cosec square f of x, and multiply it by derivative of inner function, that is f dash of x. If it is cosec x, derivative of that is minus cosec into cot, while this also is multiplied with the f dash of x. Now coming to this part, a raised to x. What is the derivative of a raised to x? Now it is f of x. So what we will write, a raised to f of x into log of a. Then we will multiply this by derivative of inner function, e raised to f of x. This will be same as e raised to f of x, but we have to multiply that by derivative of inner function. I am telling you again and again that we must not forget to multiply the term with this derivative of inner function. If we forget to do so, then our answer will be wrong. Now coming to this part, log of x or log of f of x could be written as 1 upon f of x, multiplied by f dash of x. Now this log of f of x to the base e, it can be written as, see the function itself, I can simplify this function further as, there is something called as change of base rule in logarithm. Using the change of base rule, we will write this as log of f of x upon log of a. See, this is not the derivative, I am just simplifying this function first. Okay, this is the simplification of this function. After that, this 1 upon a part is simply a coefficient, so it will remain as it is. It will remain as it is. And what is the derivative of log of f of x? Log of f of x derivative, we have seen it just now, it is f dash x upon f of x. So we will multiply this 1 upon log a into this f dash x upon f of x, same as what we have done here. Okay, these were the recalling of formulas for the composite function. From exercise 1.1, there was one example as y is equal to cot cube of log of x cube. Here first of all we should note that how many functions are involved here. If you know how many functions are involved here, you may drop your answers in chat box. Okay, many of you are saying that only 3 functions are involved. Okay, let's go back to the same thing and we will check it once. Okay, let's count all the functions. What is the outermost function? It is indeed a cube. It is not a cot function, it is a cube, because this whole thing, it is cube of this whole thing, means cot of log of x cube and cube of that. So this is the first function. Then inside that it's a cot function, inside that it is a logarithmic function, and inside that it is x cube function. So this sum involves 4 functions, composite functions. So let's see how to do this. So we should write differentiate with respect to x. All of student look at this sum very carefully. It's a dy by dx is equal to d by dx of, see I have simplified this. This cube is actually whole bracket cube. This cube is actually whole bracket cube. So this has to be dealt with first because this is the outermost function. Okay, so d by dx of cot of log of x cube and cube of this whole bracket. So if it is a cube, what we can do is x cube. मग या क्यूबचं रूपांतर म्हणजे याचा डेरिव्हेटिव्ह आपण जर घेतला, सो इट इज 3 टाइम्स, म्हणजे एक्स क्यूब जर असला तर 3x स्क्वेअर, पण x नाही इथं कॉट आहे म्हणून कॉटचा स्क्वेअर घेतला. अँड वी शुड मल्टिप्लाय दिस, we should multiply this by derivative of inside. What is inside? It's a cot of log of x cube. So after that this part will remain as it is, this part will remain as it is, this is as it is part, and again here is the outermost function is cot, so derivative of cot is minus cosec square, and I should multiply this by derivative of inside, derivative of inside function. What is the function inside? I am simplifying it further. It's x cube, and when log is used on x cube, this 3 comes along with the log, so it's a 3 times log of x. I have just simplified, this is not the derivative, this is just the simplification of this term. Okay, so in the next term we should find only the derivative of this 3 log x, and what it would be, it is 3 upon x. Remaining part I have taken as it is. And next to it, after all the simplification, what we get is this 3 multiplied with this 3 will make it 9. This is a negative sign, it is negative sign over here. Cosec square term is there, cot square term is there, and finally this denominator x is there in the denominator itself. Y is equal to e to the power 3 raised to sin square x minus 2 cos square x. Okay, let's solve this. Just drop in your chat box what is the outermost function. Yes, many of you are giving the correct answer that e itself is the outermost function over here. E is the outermost function, and inside that these many things are there. So if I differentiate this with respect to x, what I should write is dy by dx is equal to d by dx of the same function. Now first thing we'll do is we'll find the derivative of e to the power x. I treat this whole thing as x. I treat this whole thing as x. E raised to x, if it is, then the derivative of it is the same, means this part is same, and then we will multiply with the derivative of this part, d by dx of this innermost function, this part. Okay, I hope we all are clear. Right after that, this part is as it is. Now this derivative of this part is taken as 3 is as it is taken sine square x, could be written as sine of x whole bracket square. This 2 is as it is, cos square of x is written as cos of x whole bracket square. This is just a simplification. Right now I have not done the derivative yet. In the next term, what I shall be doing, I shall be finding the derivative of this sine of x whole bracket square. What should be the derivative of it? It is 2 times sine x. It is 2 times sine x. And if I go back to the previous slide, the derivative of cos of x whole bracket square is 2 times cos x. 2 times cos x. And one more thing is remaining, that derivative of sin x is yet to be found and derivative of cos x is yet to be found. So after this, the derivative of sin x is given as cos x, derivative of cos x is given as minus sin x. Simplified further, this comes out to be 2 times sin x cos x, and this is 2 times cos x sin x. Now you may drop in chat box, what is 2 times sin x into cos x? Yes, you are correct. Many of them are placing it correctly, that it is a sine of 2x. So we'll simplify it further as this term becomes sine of 2x, this term also becomes sine of 2x, and it's a 3 plus 2, it makes up to be 5 times sine of 2x into this whole term which we have kept as it is. Okay, so this will be the final answer for it. Again, one more sum from exercise 1.1. Whenever we see square roots, I know it is scary for many of them. How we can do this sum? Now here, how many functions are involved? Let's see. I think sine is the outermost function. Inside that it is a square root function. After that it is a sine function, and again a square root function. So it involves 4 composite functions. So we shall be finding the 4 derivatives. We should remember that we should be finding 4 derivatives. Okay. Now let's complete this formality first. Differentiate with respect to x, dy by dx is equal to d by dx of sine, and this remaining term as it is. Now first we should find the derivative of sine. It is cos, and remaining part as it is I have written. This part is as it is. But we should not forget to multiply this term by derivative of inner part. Inner part is root of sine of root of x. So now this derivative is over, then we can go for this derivative root of sine x. Now what is the derivative of root? It is 1 upon 2 root. It is 1 upon 2 root. See, I am focusing over here. Derivative of root part is 1 upon 2 root. Whatever is inside the square root, we will write it as it is. And then the derivative of inside part. That means we should come to now third function. Derivative of inside part, sine of root x. Now derivative of sine of root x. Sine is outer part. Inside that root x is there. Derivative of sine is cos. So it is a cos of root x. This part is, I have simplified this part. These two things I brought them together and I have simplified. So derivative of sine is cos x, and the last one, the derivative of root x, has to be multiplied. So this is the fourth derivative. If I take you back, now this is the last part, last derivative, that is 1 upon 2 root x. After writing this in simplified form, we will get this as the final answer. Dy by dx is equal to cos of root of sine of root x into cos of root x. This cos root x part is here, and divide it by this 2 and this 2 makes it 4. This root x is separate, so I am writing it separately, and it's a root of sine root x, this part as it is. Note that here we can't multiply these two things. We can't multiply these two things because this root x is inside the square root. Keep that in mind. One more sum which I found tricky from exercise 1.1. Okay, now this sum is a little bit different because it involves a different kind of formula first. Okay, so after completing the formality, differentiate with respect to x. Note that while finding the derivative of this part and this part, it is a multiplication of two things. It's a multiplication of two things. So what we should recall? We should recall the derivative of u into v rule. If y is equal to u into v, then derivative is given by u into dv by dx plus v into du by dx. So this is a u part for me and this is a v part for me. Okay, so let's do one by one. So this is u into derivative of v, this is a v, plus v into derivative of u, plus v into derivative of u. At this step I have not found any derivative. I just recalled this formula and I just applied this formula first. Okay, now here comes the next part, that I have to find all the derivatives. Okay, now this first term is as it is. All I need to do is finding the derivative of this part. Here cube is there, so it will be of the 3x square form, 3x square, and inside that do not forget to find the derivative of this 1 plus cos of cos x whole bracket square, plus now this part I write it below here. Let's do, see this first term 1 plus cos square x as it is, that cube of it, then derivative of this 1 plus sine square x whole bracket square could be written as it is a square, it's a 2 times this term as it is 1 plus sine square x, and I am not forgetting to multiply this with the derivative of inside function. Let's go further. Only two derivatives are remaining, one this derivative and this another derivative. Only these two derivatives we are supposed to do. The rest of the part will remain as it is. So once I find the derivative of it, means what was the term? It was 1 plus cos of x whole bracket square. The derivative of that is 1. The derivative of 1 is 0. So leave that part. Derivative of cos x whole bracket square is 2 cos x. And we have to multiply it by the derivative of cos x. So after writing 2 cos x, do not forget to write the derivative of cos x. Similarly for the next term, 2 sin x into derivative of sin x. Further, finding the derivative of cos x as minus sin x and sin x as cos x. This is what we get. And finally, this is the simplification for it. This 3 as it is, this 2 cos x and minus sin x will make it to be sine of 2x. Here also 2 sin x cos x term is there. This also makes up to be sine 2x, like what we have done before. These two brackets as it is written, these two brackets are also written as it is. Okay, I have simplified this part, I think the same brackets are repeated. So I have taken this part common, sine 2x, 1 plus sine square x, 1 plus cos square x, and square of that. Here square is there, here cube is there. Square is what we can take common, and what is left inside is minus 3. Here one term is left from this because only this bracket is taken common. So out of these two, one is gone, one is left, and out of 3, 2 are gone outside and one bracket is left. So this is the further simplification. Minus 3 is multiplied with this to get this, and 2 is multiplied with this to get this part, and cos square is written as 1 minus sin square x. See the simplification, and all we get is this part. This can be further simplified as 1 minus 5 times sin square x, and this is the final answer for it. Now there are few examples in exercise. See, look, I have taken few sums here or here so that you won't find difficult to do the exercises. Okay, because it has some variety in it. Also there are few sums which are of kind u upon v. These are two sums from the exercises. It has the u upon v formula. Here you can choose this as u and this as v, while in this sum you can choose this as u and this as v. And after that we can use the u upon v rule. This is the rule that you can use it over there, and then you can solve these kinds of sums. After this there was this sum that I found it tricky. See, 25 to the power log of 5 log of sec x to the base 5 minus 16 log of tan x to the base 4. First convert 25 as 5 square, 16 write it as 4 square. After that this can be written as 5. This 2 is taken outside the bracket. 2 is taken outside the bracket. Here also 2 is taken outside the bracket. We will see what is the use of it. Then after taking out from 2, I have shifted it over here. Even these 2 I have shifted it over here. So it has become log of sec square x to the base 5 and 4 log of tan square x to the base 4. Now there is a certain rule for this part and this part. It is solved with certain rule. If a to the power log of f of x to the base a, if this index has the same base log a, then we will write only the function. Only the function has to be written. This vanishes, this part vanishes, and only this part is left. So from all this only sec square is remaining, and from all this only tan square is remaining. And we, as we all know, sec square minus tan square x is equal to 1. See, so long I have not taken a single derivative. I am just simplifying this function. It is only the value of y. It is not dy by dx so far. Only the value of y. And y is equal to 1, which is constant. Now I can differentiate with respect to x. It to be dy by dx is equal to derivative of 1 is 0. So this is it. Now this was the sum. I wasn't able to take it last time, so I am taking it now. This is a different kind of sum. It was not there in a previous book also. The last batch had not studied these kind of sums. Now this is something new to you. Okay. A table of values of f, g, f dash and g dash are given here. F, g, f dash and g dash as given. These are all the values of x. These are the values of x. Now from after that they have asked us 4 sums to do. Okay. Out of that I am choosing this third sum. Let's do this sum. Here if s of x is given, which is equal to f of, inside the bracket it is 9 minus f of x, and we are asked to find s dash of 4. See, this part I have kept it as it is. Now if I want to differentiate this, now s will become s dash of x, and derivative of this part is d by dx of this whole thing again. So now derivative of this, how we can write the derivative of this? This is f dash of 9 minus f of x, f dash of 9 minus f of x, and derivative of inside part is, I kept it over here. See, now this term is f dash, not f. Now it is, what is the derivative of this part? Here 9 being a constant, derivative of this 9 is 0. so leave that part. And derivative of minus f of x is, this negative sign is kept over here, this negative sign is as it is, and derivative of f of x is f dash of x. Derivative of f of x is f dash of x. So now they are asking us to find the value of s dash of 4. S dash of 4. For that, what we have to do is replace x by 4. So wherever there is x, I am going to replace it by 4. Wherever x is there, I am going to replace it by 4. Here x is replaced by 4. Here x is replaced by 4. Okay. Even here x, I am replacing it by 4. Now you can see that this is f dash of 4. Where can I find the value of f dash of 4? F dash, this is f dash part, and f dash of 4, this is a 4. F dash of 4 is nothing but 5. F dash of 4 is nothing but 5. F dash of 4 is 5. And what about f of 4? F of 4, I have to look at this column, and this is f of x. In place of x, there is 4. So what is f of 4? F of 4 is this 3. F of 4 is this 3. F of 4 is this 3. So let's use these values over here. So all I get is this. Now look at this. F dash of 4 is 5. Now f of 4, what was f of 4? As I said, f of 4 is 3. If 3 is kept over here, 9 minus 3 is 6. So this term has become f dash of 6 now. Okay. So f dash of 6. Now I need to go back to value of f dash of 6. Now 6 is here. What is f dash of 6? It is nothing but minus 4. So I am replacing f dash of 6 by minus 4. Minus 4. So minus 4 times the 5, which comes out to be minus 20, which is the final answer. I hope this part is clear to everyone. Okay. So this will end the composite function, derivative of composite function part. I will send you the link for online quiz and test is there. In that test, there are sums with 1 mark, there are sums with 2 marks, and there are sums with the 4 marks. According to the difficulty of the sum, complete your exercises first, then you can attempt this quiz. In that quiz, the link will be sent in the WhatsApp group. Once you finish that, press the submit button from that form or quiz. You can view your score.